As the city's recovery from the COVID crisis is heading in the right direction, more questions are being raised about some of the safety measures still in place. One of them, the lack of 24/7 subway service. And now one of the most powerful Democrats in Washington says it is time for full overnight operations. New York One's Ron Lee is in Hell's Kitchen tonight with the details. Ron.
Hey there, Dean. Well, we are inching closer and closer to the big dates later this month when the city's bars and restaurants will no longer have to close by midnight. And while many people are very excited that for the first time in more than a year, New York City bars will be able to stay open until 4 a.m., the MTA at this point has still not yet announced when round-the-clock subway service will return. And that is not sitting well with Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer. He says the time to have the subways go back to 24-hour service is now, citing a jump in ridership and a significant drop in COVID cases. Schumer says the daily closures from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. disrupts the lives, even the livelihoods of too many New Yorkers now that the city has begun to reopen.
Many people ride the subways late. We're a city that never sleeps. If you shut down the subway, you shut down a part of our city. And we can restore it and should restore it now. Newsflash. This is New York City. People work at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. That's how we are.
Pandemic, the MTA had initially shut down subway service each day from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. to give workers time to sanitize the trains. But back in February, the MTA shortened the overnight closures to just 2 hours, from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. We spoke to subway rider and newlywed Anissa Santiago of the Tremont section of the Bronx as she was heading to a bar in Hell's Kitchen. And while Santiago was initially excited to hear that the midnight curfew on bars and restaurants would be lifted by May 31st, she says if subways don't run 24 hours, there will be fewer people out past 1 a.m.
Well, that kind of changes how I go out and spend my time because now I can't stay out past, I would say, midnight, because the trains stop at 2. So all the places that want to stay open until 4, it's like you're not really going to make any money because no one's going to want to stay out because there's no way to get home. And no one wants to always pay for a $40 or $50 Uber all the way home.
$40 to $50 for some people, but Santiago says that when she needs to take an Uber from Hell's Kitchen to get back home to the Bronx, it's more like $100. And she says she does not like paying that, so she won't. And meantime, we have reached out to the MTA for a comment on this story, and we are waiting to hear back. That's the latest from Hell's Kitchen in Manhattan. Ron Lee, New York One. Dean.
$100 for an Uber. Ron, thanks a lot.